Okay guys, we're going to start this off with using Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm putting that all over my eye and in my brows. Okay, next step, I'm putting RCMA translucent powder into my brows to set that primer. Okay, now I'm going into my brow pencil, which is Benefits Cabral. It's in number 5, and I'm just putting strokes through my brows and just trying to darken it up a little bit. Sometimes you got to put a little bit more pressure on the pencil to get it a little bit darker. But I really like the pencil, and just flicking out the front part of my brows and not trying to make it too square. Okay, now we're going to get into setting the brows. I'm using Anastasia's brow powder. Is in dark brown, and I'm going to use the lighter color in the front part of my brows and then use the darker at the tail end. Okay, so now we're going to use concealer. I'm using Anastasia's concealer. It's in 6.0, and I'm going underneath my brow. I do not go over top, and I just using I think this is a MAC brush. It's okay. Now I'm going into my Makeup Forever setting spray. I'm using a synthetic brush, and I'm going to blend out the concealer so that it'll look smooth and really scope my brows out. Okay, now we're gonna go into the palette I'm using. This is Viseart's number 8 editorial palette. I'm using that pink in my crease, my first color. I did put down a MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I didn't show that, but I did put that down. And then I went into this pink. Okay, now I go into the same palette, and I'm using a darker pink right there. And I'm going to put that more into the outer crease of my eye and blend up. Oh, and outer. Okay, now I'm going into a different color. Well, not different, same color. It's called Dolly Pop, and it's from Sugar Pill. And I'm going to put that into my crease. And I felt that'll darken up the pink a little bit more. So when I do the cut crease, you can really see it when I use the concealer to carve it on out. Okay, now I went back into the Viseart palette, the number 8 editorial palette, and I went into that purple, and I put that on the outer crease of my eye. And I think I pulled it up a little bit just so when I actually cut the crease, you could see a little bit of that purple coming up from the top part of it. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the crease. So I'm using ColourPop's concealer. This is in Fair 5. I like to use a white concealer when I do this so that I can really get the whatever color I'm going to put on the lid, I can really get it to pop. This is Laura Mercier's concealer brush, what I'm using, and I absolutely love it, and I need to get like 3 more of them of this brush. I love this brush. I feel like I have so much control when I am cutting the crease. You're gonna see, like, I kind of go over the work that I did. I am going to go back into like a smaller brush and take some of that purple and go on top of that color just so you can see it more. Okay, so now we're going to get into the color that I put on my eye, and that is a Makeup Forever Starlit powder. It's in number 13, and I think it's really, really pretty. And I haven't really got a chance to really use, I think I got like 3 other Starlit powders, and I want to try to get into some more of them. Okay, so now we're going to get into the outer part of my eye. I'm going to take that pink, that darker pink, and I'm going to just take a brush and I'm going to blend out that outer part of my eye. And I think I went into the first pink, just to add a little dimension of two different colors working well with one another. And just blending that on out. And I'm using the brush to do that, as you can see. All right, now I'm going into winging out my eyes. I use a NYX Vivid Bright liquid eyeliner, and this is Vivid Bloom. I love and hate these eyeliners because you can only really do like maybe two swipes of it, and luckily two swipes really do work. But if you try, like my eyes do sometimes start watering up in the inner corner, it'll break apart. And if you have to go back in to fix it with these and you go over it like 3 or 4 times, it's going to crumble and crack on you. That's the only thing I hate about it, but I absolutely love the colors. I haven't found anything that I can that's close to it. All right, so we're into the face. We're using Marc Jacobs Coconut Face Primer, and then we're going to get into the Smashbox Primer Oil and my Becca Ever Matte, and we're going to use my Tarte foundation. This is the Hydra foundation. This is the older one. This is before the other packaging, and I think that's in chestnut. If I'm wrong, I will put it in the description below. And I'm just using my beauty blender to blend that on out. I love this because it gives my face such a dewy look, and it doesn't look like I don't look really, really oily. It just looks very natural on me. All right, now we're going to get into concealer. I'm using Born This Way concealer. This is in Deep. And as you can see, it doesn't really look too highlighty, if I can use a word, which isn't a word. But it doesn't. It just looks more natural. But I still went ahead and used that on my forehead, underneath my eye, and my chin. I used a um, Estee Lauder Boost concealer. I had it for a while. I don't know why I used it today, and I did throw it away after this because I really didn't see any difference, and I think it was like hella old. So that's the end of that. So now I'm going into my powder, which is Cover FX translucent powder in Deep, and I'm setting under my eye with a Real Technique setting brush. Okay, now we're going to get into contour. I'm using Fenty Beauty's contour stick. This is an espresso, and I'm using that to contour my face, darling. And what brush did I use? This brush right here. I think it's it is. It's a Morphe brush, and I'm just gonna blend that on out. I always spray my brush with setting spray before I go in to blend out my contour. Okay, now we're going to contour my nose, and I'm using MAC Cosmetics. This is their concealer palette, and this is in dark. I think, yeah, dark. And I'm going to use the darker color and one of the neutral colors, and then go back into a lighter color and mix them all together. And possibly, I think I went back into a little more of the darker color to blend that out. And then I used a very light Fair 5 ColourPop concealer in the center, which I'm kind of liking nowadays, just to make that my nose contour pop a little bit. And then I go back into that darker shade, and I felt it worked out really well and really pretty. Okay, so while I'm finishing up my nose contour, and I get obsessive about that sometimes. So now I'm gonna contour. We'll set the contour with Anastasia's contour powders, and I'm using espresso, and then I'm gonna go into carob underneath my chin to set that as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my highlighter, which is Maybelline Master Chrome. This is in 100 molten gold, and I'm going to put that on. I kind of did it backwards, but I did like the outcome because it didn't look too shiny, and I was okay with that. Okay, then I went into my face powder, which was Bare Minerals Bare Pro Truffle 29. I absolutely love the Bare Pro Mineral liquid foundation in this powder. Love it to death. Okay, now I'm going to use my MAC blush that is Salsa Rose, and I'm going to put that on my cheeks and hope trying not to go overboard with the blush, but it's so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to go back into that blush palette, and I'm going to use um, burnt pepper up under my eyes to smoke that out. I thought it was so pretty, and it was just like right there, and I said, why not? Let's just try this out. All right, so now I'm going into a pigment, and this is Blonde's Gold, and I'm using that in the inner part of my eye. I think it's so pretty. I think it all came out so nice and kind of different from what I normally do because I went more with the pink into the doing the cut crease and or half cut crease. I think it's so cute. I think I'm getting really good at the cut creases. So don't be surprised if I keep doing them because I really am enjoy doing them. And I put some on my brow bone. And I also set my face with Too Faced all-in-one setting spray. I felt it would be a little bit different, just a different color liner, well, another purple on my eyes. Foundation, I use my Tarte. Oh, it's right in front of me. This is my Tarte foundation. This is the old bottle that they had where it was the Hydra gel foundation. This is in chestnut. I love this. You can see it is the purple around it. I really love this. I would take this with me to travel. I just think it gives me such a glow to my face, and it's a good color on me. Really like this. It's so weird. I really like this a lot. So and it was really cold enough for us to put it on. Lipstick chestnut lip liner with lipstick by MAC. This is in Devilish Matte, and I also put a little bit of my concealer color from Fenty Beauty. This is Latte, just in the center of my lips like that. Just mute some of that pink down. Thought it matched way too much for my eyes, and I don't like them. I did that once. It was like all this pink or whatever, and glossy pink lip or whatever. But I want to bring this down some. So I got this cute little shirt on. This is by Melissa McCarthy. I love it. It's really pretty. At first I thought I could just wear it as a dress because I'm super short, 5 foot, nada. But I think the way it is, no, I think my booty be all out. So this is my finished look. I feel like I got like foundation in my hair. This is my finished look with my very, very curly hair with my, basically this is like a wash and go. I didn't want to twist my hair. Wanted to do more wash and goes instead of twisting my hair all the time. So yeah, look at my edges though, like gotta tell you what I've been using for my edges. I love it. So that's the end of that. So bye till next time, and thank you for watching.